Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right, should be good now. I had to reset up my video camera, but then that undid all the audio settings, so it was capturing audio from my camera and from my mic at the same time. Anyway, it's fixed now. Should be fixed. There should be no echo or anything. But before I get into what we're doing today, I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis is available for wishlisting on Steam. It's a dark fantasy roguelite auto battler, so I hope that you'll consider wishlisting it if you haven't yet. And I also have the Patreon available, so if you want to support the project financially, you can do that. The top tier will get your name in the in-game Alchemortis credits, and you will also receive an Alchemortis Steam key for the full game when the game launches. So you could think of this as like an early, Kickstarter kind of benefit thing. So if you subscribe for just 1 month, you will get those perks. Of course, I hope you consider staying subscribed for longer, because this income is going to help me pay for the music and the consultants that I want to hire and all that stuff. So hope you'll consider it. You can also support me by purchasing one of my Udemy courses. This one is the co-op online multiplayer course, which teaches you all of the high-level networking tools in Godot that you need to make an online cooperative multiplayer game. So check those out. You can also join the Discord. That is free. You can like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. All of those things are linked below. All right. What are we doing today? Hello, Clickertail. Welcome, welcome. Monkey Software, favorite niche e-celeb. Yes, indeed. The niche being necromantic auto battler game dev. Yes. Pre-blocked. You can't pre-block. That's not a legal move. Welcome back, High Law. Hello, V. Always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's see here. My friend played the fuller version, the current version of Alchemortis last night, and I noticed a bunch of things. I already fixed a bug with the shop this morning, so that's done. But one thing that I noticed is that the enemy board health are not high enough at later stages. Also, there were still some issues with like power scaling. The balancing still feels a little bit off, but the thing that I want to do first is I want to increase the enemy board health at later stages. So I wonder if I have any logging for this. So if I go to my combat configuration, let's see, do I have any logging for this anywhere? Do I have any logging? I don't know. Oh, wait, here. Log stats. Is debug log seeded run stats enabled? Okay. Combat tier stats. Combat's grouped by tier. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we do have this. So I can just log these stats here. So go to project. Where is that? Debug log seeded run stats. Is that going into... It's going to my logger class. So that means that game.log, it's going to appear here. I also did some changes to the art. So I added... I don't know if you can see this that well, but I've got like little falling leaf particles here for the second region. So the forested leafy trees here now have these leaf particles that can spawn in the tree clusters. Where is another one? You can see some moving around in here as well. So that adds a little bit of life to the forest. We got some here as well. So in addition to those particles, we also have these windmills were already existing, but they look a lot nicer, I think. And then I worked a little bit on the third region as well. So I've got this cathedral here now. For the third region, I changed some of the buildings that get generated just to make them look a little bit more even. And what else did I do? I thought I did something else for this. Oh, I still need to add some like animated visual effects for the third region. I don't know what form those are going to take yet, but I think the leaves turned out well for the second region here. And I think that the third region is generally looking good. Oh, I created a new road texture. So previously, this like cobblestone road here was used for the second region. But what I did instead is I have like this rough, but like gravel road or whatever you might call it for the first region. And then for the second region, it's more of like a well-defined kind of like rough road through the forests and whatnot. And then the third region, which kind of weaves through the mountains here, this has the cobblestone road. So I just changed that art around a little bit. And yeah, I think it's looking okay. So let me think. So yeah, anyway, we want to update the combat stats. Let's just turn all these things off. We'll see how it's going. Hello, Neozoid, welcome back. I like your capsule art, but I highly recommend adding a card or two to the pot to let people know it's a card game before they click. Good morning, Emerson. Yeah, I'm still not... I'm gonna hire somebody to do the Steam page for me. I'm not gonna put... Oh, I don't like that. That's a huge branch over here. I'm gonna have someone look at the Steam page for me and just like overhaul it, I think. Hello, Meep. Welcome, welcome. Looking good, thank you. Zone's looking more distinct. Maybe add a bit more, maybe a bit more needed between 2 and 3. Yeah, I will. I'm not done with the third region yet, but I think, yeah, should be all right. Should be good. Anyway, let's take a look at these combat stats. So yeah, this min health, max health stuff, I think this just needs to be beefed up. Tier 5. So there's only a tier 5 combat. Max currency, min currency. So let's change those numbers a little bit. Where am I generating the board health? Get enemy board health. Growth rate. Maybe I just bump up the growth rate a little bit. We'll see what happens if I do 0.45 for the growth rate instead. So I want to get these numbers up higher. Let's take a look at this log now. So tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Those numbers are still probably not high enough. Probably still not high enough. We'll just keep doing increments of 0.1 until we get there. Try to replicate your debug card spawner, but found I couldn't use custom resources in it. Would be nice not to have to use strings. Yeah, I guess that's true. You could just put a string value where you paste the UID. So you could copy the UID here and put that in your project settings. And so you can just do that. And then you can just load the resource by UID. That might be a nice intermediate way of doing it, but okay, now I think that's going to probably balloon the boss health too much. Where's the boss configuration? Args.notoriety region +1 times 4. I wonder what the boss health would be. I'm not really logging that. How do I want to log that? Do I want to log that? Maybe we'll do that. So let's try to log the boss as well. Private class, boss, tier, stats. Let's do JSON property. Well, that's fine, actually. Is it fine? So this just needs to change to health. Currency. Board X. Board Y. That should work. var boss grouped by region. Notoriety regions to boss configuration, group by X key to dictionary to list. Var output is equal to new dictionary int boss tier stats. Let's do boss output here. Boss output. For each boss, for each var entry and boss group by region, boss stats, boss configuration. What is this value? What? Oh. Yeah, that's fine. Enter, what? Why is this a key? Why is there two key value pairs here? That doesn't make any sense. Let's just do this. Entry dot value. I don't know why that's here, but that's right. Anyway, boss output entry key equals boss stats. Entry dot key is an int. Okay, and then we can just log this. Let's see. Boss output. All right, let's log those stats as well. See what the boss health is looking like. I think the third boss is somewhere around like 500 health. All right, let's take a gander though. So we've got the combat healths here. Let's see. The first boss has 203 health. The second boss, yeah, this is growing way too much. So I think what I need to do is change something here. The tier is args.notoriety region times 4, which is appropriate for the combat. But let's do var health tier. Let's just do args.notoriety region plus 1, and we'll do times 2 instead. And then get health. Let's do health tier. Let's see if that pulls down the health meaningfully here. Very dark? What's very dark? Hello, Funnymations. Is there no way to have a dropdown, or would that be a custom editor window maybe? Is there a way to do a dropdown? I don't think you can do a dropdown in the project settings. The closest thing you can do is an array. So you can put an array in the project settings and then put elements in the array, but there's no like dropdown selection. I was looking, it would be nice to be able to put an enum value in here, but I don't think that's supported. Basically, anything that's a variant can be put in here. I guess that's not true either because you can't put resources. So yeah, I don't know what determines what you can put in the project settings, but anyway, let's take a look. Okay, first boss health 139, second boss health 171, third boss health. That's not quite right either. I wonder, instead of doing a multiple, I almost wonder if I just, well, maybe I do need to do a multiple. Oh, what happens if I do 3 instead? Getting these numbers in order is going to be a little bit tricksy. It's going to be a little bit tricksy. Let's take a look at this now. So that's 765. Do I want the numbers to go that high, though? I mean, I can't really avoid it. I have some ideas, too, for the player board I'm going to run by you, I think, because one thing that I was noticing when my friend was playing this yesterday is that your power is very directly correlated to your board size, obviously. But if you, for some reason, don't end up getting any board size increases, or you end up getting a lot of board size increases very quickly, then your power can spike a lot. And I think I want to make your board size increases a lot more meaningful. So what I'm thinking about doing, and you're going to have to tell me what you think about this, because it's going to be an experiment for sure. But what I'm thinking about doing is we start the player off with a board size that's like actually relatively large. So maybe we can do 5x5 or even maybe 6x6 is more appropriate, something like that. So we start the player board off with a relatively large board here. But imagine this. Every cell on the board, except for the middle 4, so this 2x2 square in here, which will be occupied by these skeletons, every other cell here is locked. So you kind of start off with your board being the max size, except all of these cells are locked off with like a little lock symbol, or maybe they look solid or whatever. And then what you can do is you can spend your blood to unlock individual cells as you choose. And when you get to these increased board size gems here, what that will do is that will just allow you to unlock a certain number of cells for free. So the tier 1 might just give you a free cell unlock, whereas the tier 2 version of this node might give you 2 free cells to unlock, so on and so forth. So instead of this just growing your board either horizontally or vertically and adding like a ton, like that added, what is that? 6. So that added 6 more cells with just 1 upgrade, right? Instead of that being the case, you unlock cells individually at a time, and you can do that in multiple ways, either through that event that we just went to, or you can choose to spend your blood to unlock that, which would also incentivize you. So that's another blood sink, number 1, but number 2, it also incentivizes you to go through combats more so. So now you're going to have to balance between, do you fight 2 or 3 combats to get another cell unlocked, or do you go a different direction and collect different upgrades, right? So that's something that I'm thinking about doing. I think that could be interesting, and it could unlock other interesting things too. Like if you wanted to, you could unlock a cell on the edge of the board. So maybe if you had a card that only targets cards on the edge of the board, you might have to unlock, you know, the cell on the edge to get that benefit. So yeah, any thoughts on any of that? I'm just noodling that around. That's just something I'm thinking about doing. Hello, Schlurgy, welcome back. I feel like grid-based is one of those things that seems easy on the surface, but actually cumbersome to set up. It can be. You have to be very careful with it, because it can turn into a spaghetti mess very quickly. I have a custom window showing all the item, and I click add to run button, and I can click funk some sense into it. Maybe I should move all of my debug stuff in game then. Yeah, you can make a debug window in game. I mean, the project setting debug strategy is only really good for the initial state, but if you need to change the state of the game while it's running, like you want to add an item into your game dynamically, it would be easier to create like your little, like your own debug console for that, I think. Good idea. Nitica uses a similar system. I don't not enjoy it. So you like that idea? I sort of like the surprise you get when you see your board increase in size. Revealing all the slots sort of removes that. Well, it could be a combination of things too. Like you could start with a board size that has a certain number of locked cells, but then maybe there could be an event that just increases your overall board size as well. So it just expands the board with more locked cells. So it could be a combination of both systems. I think the problem that I'm fundamentally trying to solve is like the imbalance that occurs either when you get a bunch of board size increases in a row, or when you take a path through the map that just happens to miss all of the board size increases. Because if you get to the first boss and you still only have a 2x2 board, it turns out to be very unlikely that you're going to beat the boss, because it's just really hard in that first region to pack that 2x2 board with enough damage or sustain to outlast the boss. So I need to find a way of balancing that out, and I kind of like the idea of allowing you to have more strategic influence over which cells on the board are available, rather than it just being up purely to the luck of whether you've discovered those board size increase nodes or not. So that might be something that I experiment with. I don't think it's going to be that difficult to at least get a prototype of that working. So maybe we'll do that. Probably not going to be done for the playtest though. That's a pretty radical change to the game. So I'll have to think about that. Let's do 2.5. And let's do mathf.round to int. Let's try this. I don't dislike it, don't love it either. It's functional and consistent if that's your goal. What about reveal the most you can unlock per level, and then the next level you get more unlockable slots? Yeah, we could do that, yeah. Yeah, something like that. I'm also open to other suggestions for how you might balance that. Like what would feel good as a player, because that's the thing. It's like it feels really bad if you don't hit any of these upgrades. And again, your power is kind of directly dependent on what your board size is, because you can get cards from the boosters, but if your board is still 2x2, it's like the most cards you can fit is 4 1x1 cards, right? But typically you can only fit like two cards like this. So we'll have to figure that out. So that's 92, that's 264, that's 580. Let's see, 0, 1. Let's do this. Hello, Rookie Tookie. Welcome back. Good to see you. Oops. Well, that's fine. It probably logged what I was looking for. 1,035 health. That's not right. These health values look good. You could temp unlock some slots before being able to earn them in case you find an OP item, but using the item costs blood every execution, just like a mortgage. That looks more reasonable. We're gonna have to do a play test of this, obviously, to check and see if it's looking good. That health is quite variable, actually. I almost wonder if I should remove the randomness from here. Remove the randomness from there, because that's creating too steep of health differences. What if I do... Let's do base enemy health. Let's do var adjusted base health is equal to math_util dot, oh no, I have to use RNG base enemy board health plus RNG.randFN. Let's do 0. Let's make it vary by 5. And then let's do mathf dot absolute. All right, let's see what that produces. What if instead of locked slots, the outer slots just damage the card every turn? Well, you have to keep in mind that the cards don't take damage directly. Now, could it damage you? Maybe. Like Fortnite or something. Hello, Dagon's Taiku. My day is going well. How are you doing? Could bind health values to each enemy card, then the board sums it up. Would be a way to balance encounters. Yeah, I mean, I could. Yeah, I don't know. This balance is kind of a crapshoot, I think. This is kind of why I want to hire like a game design consultant to just like talk through the issues and help me think through them, come up with some interesting ideas. I can't drop the ball on this game. I can't do it. 790 is the max health there. That's a big gap. Why is the gap so big? These healths also don't look super good here. Okay. Okay, let's just ignore the bosses for now. Let's get the normal combat health algo working. Unfortunately, I have to do this every time. The B word. I don't know what that means. It's been a while since I saw the game. I like how the visuals are coming together. Thank you, Mads Anderson. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. It's coming together. It's just, I gotta not drop the ball on all this balancing and game design stuff. That's all. $2,959 health. Okay, well, we're gonna ignore the boss healths for now. This is a little bit too high. So let me do this. Let's see. This is 1 plus plus growth rate tier. We've turned the growth rate down again. Isn't this riveting gameplay, everybody? Balancing my beloved. For some balanced games, I found teams would apply a scalar to each stat and sum up the value of all stats to make sure they were all equal. Yeah, I mean that's still a crapshoot though, because what you have to do is you have to apply a quantitative metric to something that's not quantitative, right? So you have to almost come up with just like a magic number that represents the power of something, because it's like, you know, like if I have a card that reduces the turns remaining of another card, like what is that card's power? You know, how does that power relate to damage? Do I say that's equal to doing 4 damage? Do I say that's equal to doing 8 damage? If that card can reduce the turn cooldown or reset the cooldown of a card that's very powerful, then, you know, I still think it's, you do need to assign numbers to everything, like for scoring purposes, but it's a question of finding those numbers and what feels good. It's possible I'm just doing this all wrong too. Okay, that's looking a little bit more reasonable, I think. Turn this up to 0.5. Did you ask AI what's lacking in your game? No. No. I'm at the point where there's so much context in this game that I would have to write 4 paragraphs or 5 paragraphs to the AI to even get it to remotely understand what I'm doing. And then all the stuff that it suggests usually too is just like very basic, not super insightful stuff. So it's not that useful, at least in my experimentation. Okay, those numbers are looking pretty good actually. So what's happening here is the tier 0 or the tier 1 combats, min and max of 50 and 62, tier 1, 75, 88, 2, 112, 125. So the gap between the min and the max grows a little bit, but not too much. And by the time we get to tier 5, we got 400. Now it's a matter of getting this boss situated. I think what we could do here is this health tier. Almost wonder if I just do this. Notoriety region +2. I don't need this mathf round to int, but I'm just gonna remove that. Is that going to work? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, that did not work. What if I just did +4? Hello, Arn Genesis, welcome back. Use supercomputer running a machine learning model that iteratively determines the weight of each stat. You know, there was a period of time in Alka Mortis development, I mean, when I was first starting to like figure out how to do enemy boards, I was like, how easy would it be to like train a model to generate boards for me, like a bunch of predefined board configurations? Turns out it's very difficult, so wave function collapse was easier. I thought maybe there would just be like an out-of-the-box solution that I could just run and set up and like put my own weights in there or whatever, but alas, I don't know enough about machine learning. Okay. 586, that looks more reasonable to me. 276, 384. So what I might do here is I might just do times 1.25. Just a very slight modifier there. Little bro doesn't have quantum computer to balance this game. Wave function collapse. Hello, Emerson. Welcome back. I was thinking, thought it would be interesting to do like a 1 minute YouTube short that's just like wave function collapse explained in 60 seconds. I might do that, but I feel like that would be very difficult also. Do it, yeah. I was like, how am I going to simplify it? Like I was thinking, I don't know. It's a very tough challenge, but I think those 1 minute like micro tutorials, at least the first one that I did, that short has like 25,000 views or something, which is nuts because it's a minute-long video. It took me like 2 hours maximum to produce. So I was thinking, oh, I could just do more like micro tutorials like that, just real quick. Boom, here's something cool. That looks far more reasonable here. 269, 633, 855. I think maybe I want to turn it down just a tad. I love those 60-second video explainers. AI knows what lacking but takes to go on perseverance, I guess. I love wave function collapse. Wave function collapse when the next fest is happening. Oh no. This the influence that Asymmetrics has had on this chat it's too deep. Use a peach emoji on the thumbnail to clickbait and confuse people. Yeah, maybe I'll just use like a risque image as the thumbnail too. Just go max slop mode. That could work. All right. We're gonna have to do a play test with these numbers, but I think it's gonna be okay. I think this makes more sense. So let me take a look at the log again. So yeah, 0, 50 to 59, 75 to 88, 112 to 128, 170 to 193, 253, 295, 381, 462, 172 for the first boss, 415 for the second boss, 583 for the third boss. Let's run it again. You don't need to train it, you just give it the rules of the board and the cards and it gives you suggestions. What happens if I do... floor to int here? I think these numbers are looking good overall. Really feels like Alchemortis would be well served by an early access release. I fear for your sanity, though. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, those numbers kind of look reasonable to me. Maybe we've dialed it in, I don't know. All right, I guess let's just go and do a play test here. We'll see how it's going. How does Next Fest work? Is it just sales? I don't know what you mean. So Next Fest is basically... Oops, I forgot to disable something. I think it's basically just a marketing thing. So if the idea is that these are demos that are going to be released soon, like in the very near future, and it's mostly just a marketing event. You're not really supposed to, or it's not ideal to use the Next Fest for getting feedback. That was the problem I had with Gunforge. Is I released the game in Next Fest, or put it in Next Fest, before it was even close to done. And I got a lot of wish lists off of it, but then it didn't come out for another year and a half, so... Okay, let's see what we can get going here. Put those on my board. Enchant card. Let's do it. Particularly a marketing expert, but you should definitely upload a short a week to see the results of your consistency. I have too much to do. Let's do Echo. Thank you, OC Richie. Congratulations on your progress and discipline. The game's evolution is impressive. Appreciate that. Thank you. Early access is, in fact, the release of your game. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like, the only reason you'd if you release an early access, it needs to be basically a complete game that justifies its price. And the early access is more of just like a signifier that there's more content patches coming, basically. That's what I've heard anyway, so... Am I gonna win? I won. Okay. There's health there, board size increase there. Will I win that combat though? I don't think so. I will win this one. So I'll avoid this combat and I'll go this way. And we'll see how that works. Goodbye, Ox. There's a shop there. I might be able to swing around to the shop through that fog of war. Let's take the health increase though. Go grab a booster. I still don't like how the boosters work either. We'll fix that at some point. Go grab this. Alrighty, what does this do? Projects to ritual cards, deal 4 damage. I don't have... This is a ritual, but it's too big. Okay, let's just grab another booster here. A couple of maggots, eh? I want to put those on my board. Those have swarm, so those are going to apply bleed. That might actually work pretty good. I guess I'll just keep going this way. Grab another enchant. Another echo. Another booster. Okay, a couple of combats here. Maybe I'll swing around and grab these 3 combats and then I'll hit the shop. That might work. Get some money before going to the shop. There's that maggot getting triggered by swarm. So the maggot applies 1 bleed. So the first maggot went and applied 1 bleed. It triggered swarm on this maggot, which applied 1 bleed. Then it echoed and applied another bleed. Then it did its own turn. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's working great. Okay. We have a build going. I've been working on controller support for my game, and I have to say, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Uh-oh, Echo plus Swarm, yeah. Echo and Swarm. Is the enemy board taking bleed damage? Enemy board took 6 damage, yeah. Okay, let's go to the shop. Deal 3 damage. There's a frog. What do I want to do? Maybe upgrade. Do I want to do any alchemy? I don't have that much money. Let's just buy an upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade this maggot. That should apply 2 bleed now. Yep. That's gonna be pretty strong, I think. So that's an upgrade tier 1. There's an artifact there. I probably want that. So we'll just keep going north. Oh yeah. That bleed is super strong. Upgrade a card here. I might as well just go all in on bleed. Go fight the ox. Okay. There's another board size there. But I want to hit the artifact. That's 7, 5. I can probably swing up that way. I'm going to fight the boss, though, before I get to that. All right, we got a pretty good alchemy here, though. Let's see what we can do. Let's take that, take that. Actually, do I want to do that? 4 damage per allied minion card. Maybe Grimoire. Skeleton and Salamander, YOLO. What do we get? Oh, a legendary. Oh, no. That is actually probably better. Actually, let's just put that here then. Legendary Grimoire. Okay. We're cooking now. Grab this artifact. 50% lifesteal. Increases Fog of War, reveal radius, all ritual cards. I could reroll as well. I think I'm just going to take the telescope though. Okay, so now I need to start making my way up here. McDonald's today? Maybe, maybe. No more McDonald's until he's balances the game. Those worms crack me up. Yeah, they're nice. I like them. I had McDonald's for lunch. They forgot to pack my dipping sauce, which is usually my favorite part. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. You're like all excited to get your McDonald's and then it's like, oh, they forgot something, and it's like, dang. Can't believe they forgot my chicken nugs, you know? All right, 191. Let's see if I win this. I think I should, yeah. Okay. Grab this board size increase. Go to the checkpoint here. I have a lot of money. Might as well fight this. Oh, that's 114 health. Malva's Burning Jester, Ancient Coin, Fire Arrow. Actually, I can probably beat that. Yeah, I'm just melting. That bleed is nutty. Might have to nerf bleed again. Do I have room for some stuff? A guillotine. Apply 3 bleed per enemy minion card. Oh. No space in inventory. We got a bleed build going. I still got $44. Do I want to do alchemy again? Let's just do the upgrade card. We'll upgrade. Can I upgrade this? Oh, I'll upgrade the guillotine. Very nice. Do I want to do alchemy? I don't think I really want to do any alchemy here. I think I'll just keep my money and move on. All roads lead to alchemy. Let's go this way. How are you this consistent, bro? Also, hi. I don't know, Parallel Highway. I like streaming. It's fun. It's fun to have everyone here. Remember when fast food sauces were free? I think they still are free. At least where I live. Snail cat. I heard there is a new big O Mac fish pounder with cheese. What? Fish pounder? Game setting. How much blood on screen? Yes or yes, please. Since when was Pinocchio a thing in this game? It's been in the game for a while. The marionette. It's been there for a while. Oh, I actually took quite a bit of damage there, but that's all right. Warhorse, Executioner, Sword, Jester. Ow. I actually lost? Wow, I actually lost. Okay, that's all right. We're going to keep Snailcat. Get rid of that. Funeral Pyre, get rid of that. I think I'll be okay. All right, the combats are starting to get a little bit tougher. Increase board size. Do I want to use the marionette? No, probably not. That lantern is not going to be useful. I mean, I might as well throw the marionette on right now because it's just going to be free damage, free 8 damage. I don't think anything else is... Oh, maybe actually the axe is probably better for damage output. Yeah, that's probably better. We can alchemize some things here. Let's see. How many alchemical cards do I have? Oh, I don't want to do... Yeah, I don't want to do that. Maybe we'll do the Phoenix... Phoenix and Axe. Let's see. There we go. That's going to be a big damage boost, I think. And fries, don't forget the fries, yeah. Hello, Ribdot. Welcome back. How would one decide where to draw the line on a mechanic like bleed being too strong versus just having a good build, aka leaning into bleed? That is a good question. I think generally, if you want to use something, you should have to orient a lot of your board around it. But I don't think, like... I think when bleed is too powerful, it's just like... If you just get one bleed item and it just starts dominating, right? Like, you should have to conscientiously make a decision to make bleed work on your board in order for it to be good enough to, like, you know, win combats. But that's something I'm still figuring out. Okay. My board is actually very strong right now. Another board size increase there. There's a shop there. Upgrade. Maybe I'll go this way. I do want that board size increase, though. Maybe I'll just swing around this way and go back up. That's probably the play. Ooh, I took a lot of damage. Oh, almost died. Okay. These things are getting very dangerous. Let's do upgrade. What do I want to upgrade? This maggot here. Okay. Go to the shop. What do you have for me? Ooh, cloak. Give me that. Lambone ring heal 6. Oh, increase board size. Purchase that. Okay, I gotta make better use of my board here. The marionette here. I'm playing inventory Tetris. Here we go. Oh, shoot. That's not going to work. Okay, that'll work. Put the skeleton here. So that marionette is going to deal 12 damage. That's okay. Let's do enchant. Ooh, another swarm. Do I want to add swarm again, though? Yes. We're going to put swarm on this. Okay, and then I'm also going to upgrade the grimoire. Perfect. Okay. That was a good shop visit. Now I don't really need to go over here and get that because I purchased that from the shop. So maybe I'll just go and get this artifact instead. I've also got a tier 2 enchant here. Apply 10% blind enemy cards if this card applies fire. This card does apply fire. Grab this artifact. Basilisk Eye. I will take that. Let's see what happens. Free sauces would be a godsend. Wait, you can get your sweet and sour for free, or there's a 50% chance you don't even get ketchup packets. Well, I actually don't use sauces, so I guess I wouldn't know, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't cost anything. Hello, Ninja Link. Good morning to you. This game's art is so great. How did you learn those skills? Any recommendations? Hello, Artur. I have a pixel art tips video on this channel that you can watch that will answer that question for you. I think it's called How to Get Good at Pixel Art with No Art Skill. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I don't really need to do anything on this alchemy. I do want a booster. There's no boosters around. Okay. Dang, I'm still taking damage, but I'm winning. Let's just go ahead and fight the boss here. We'll just go ahead and fight the boss. Was ordering Subway when they asked about the sauce. The only one I like was out of stock. Just wanted to ask them to unmake the whole thing. Okay, I destroyed that boss and got a lot of money for it. We'll just keep marching ahead here. Dang. I was close to dying there too. Might as well take an artifact, I suppose. I need more cards. Spiderling minion. Let's take it. A little late in the game for the Spiderling, but that's alright. We'll go grab this booster. Might as well just buy the booster with the tier plus tier to cards. Applies 11 turns of paralysis to one random enemy minion card. Get rid of that. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, wait, I can visit these for free because I have the cloak. I forgot about that. Let's upgrade this. Grab this board size increase. Alrighty. Do I have anything that can fit? Not quite. There's another booster here and another grow board there, so let's go grab those things. Very cool. Oh, that's a upgraded marionette. I might as well just take that, put that there. Phylactery. Corvid. Sell, thank you. Dang, I'm just melting. It's a very powerful build. right, now we're in business here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to maximize this marionette now. Put a wyvern on here to maximize it further. Nice. I think that works. I think all my synergies are still working. Okay. This is a big combat, but I'm going to see if I can do it. Of course I can do it. Look at that. Nice. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Let's see what happens. Get melted. Oh yeah, we're just gonna grow the board even more here. Just keep loading up on those spiderlings. There's another corvid there. Can I make that work? I could just get rid of the wyvern, put that here, purchase this one, put that there. All alchemical cards gain 2 heal. I don't think I have many alchemical cards. Oh, look, another board size increase. Hello. I don't want to put the snail cat on the board, actually. Let's just do another enchant. Converts all damage dealt to preserve, increase the critical chance, all poison applied. This one's stacked. It's got 3 enchantments on it. Very cool. I think I'll skip the alchemy, thank you. UI looking very clean, thank you, Beat. We're just gonna keep doing this. Oh my gosh. The marionette deals 117 damage. Goodness gracious. Might have to nerf the marionette a little bit. Spiderling marionette combo OP. Let's go here. Skull wand, thank you. Okay, all right. I've once again trivialized all the combats. Swarm. We're gonna do something very nasty here. Okay. I'm just gonna skip this alchemy. I don't really need it. Oops. Skip. Okay. Let's see what happens. I won. Cool. Oh, I can't look at my combat log. Okay. Well, I think the enemy health values are feeling better. I still need to resolve the issue that's related to those power spikes. I think maybe marionette is very strong. I might need to nerf the marionette. Not make it to 3x damage if at least 3 minions. So probably want to do that. The marionette with the spider legs is very powerful. Do I want to nerf bleed? I don't know. I'm gonna have to test that more. But let's just do this. Tweak enemy health values. Feel like I missed something. How is your board so large? Thought the tier of the board size increase limited how big the board could get. No, the board size increase just always increases your board. Even at tier 1. Maybe, I mean, that could be a way of doing it. I just don't want to, like, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about, I have to think about the board size and how to manage that. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Good to see you. Every French word, was it double N or double T? Right, exactly. Exactly. Okay, I need to take a quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, we'll do something. I might nerf the marionette. That's just something that it can be relatively easy to do. So we can nerf the marionette a little bit. And then, what else? Yeah, we'll figure out something else to do, but I'm going to take a quick... Sorry, I guess I must have imagined that, yeah. I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. And when I come back, we will find something to work on. All right, I'm back. Adding more cards is a thankless job, but must be done. My great-grandfather was a card maker too, so proud. I make 3 a day before play tests, he said. That's funny. Time for game dev once again. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Jackie Daytona. Good to see you. All right. Let's nerf the marionette. Goodbye, marionette. I'll just write a new composed ability here. So a new composed ability. If I could type, that would be good. Ability builder dot ability configuration, abilities. What? Oh, new. Abilities is equal to this. Scaling func. That. Description func. String.empty. Okay. Var query count provider is equal to new query count provider. Board inventory component. Query directions entire board. I think that's good. Is that right? I might just do this in a very basic way. Value scalar. Oh, well, that doesn't work. Source provider. Let's just do this. Var triple damage is equal to new damage. Base damage times 3. Conditional damage is equal to new conditional ability decorator. Damage condition. Query count provider dot get value is less than 3. Conditional triple damage is greater than or equal to 3. Okay. So we're going to do query count provider, conditional damage, conditional triple damage. And then what can we do here in the tier scaling? Var scalar is equal to new value. No. Ability scalars dot get damage scalar. Damage dot, let's say var new damage is equal to scalar base damage tier const int multiplier equals 3 multiplier. Okay, so then we want to say damage dot set magnitude new damage dot set base magnitude new damage. There we go. I think that's it. So now we can do deal damage dot get magnitude damage deal 3x damage if there are at least 3 allied minion cards on the board. This can just be, I can just put this in here, multiplier. Multiplier All right, I think that will work. And then we can just go ahead and throw that composed ability in here. All right, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and test it. Hello, Zabraz. Welcome back. How much more time will it take you to finish the game? Several months. Several months. I want to release it early next year, but we'll see how it goes. I started working on it in March of this year. So what is that, 7 months? Ah, shoot. Okay, let's take a look and see if that works. Cool. So now we got to test this. I should have done this to begin with. Oh well. Oh well. So let's just try it with the standalone marionette. Okay, we're just going to make sure this does 4 damage. It is not doing any damage. Why is it not doing any damage? Oh. First of all, that needs to be triple damage. Why is this not... Why is that not working? I don't know why that's not working. Thank you, Zabraz. Appreciate that. VARs work in mysterious ways. Let's see, let's see. Why is that not working? Does the upgrade work? Now it's working. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I fixed it. Okay. It was because I had the damage in here. There were 2. Yeah, I know why. Okay, it should work now. So let's see, this should deal 4 damage each time. 4 damage. I'll probably die here. We will sacrifice these cards. Okay. And then I'm going to put all of these on the board, and now it should deal 12 damage. Yep. Cool. All right, that's working. Okay. So that's done. What else should we do? This is done. Do we want to do another card? Or maybe another artifact, let's see. Or another enchant? I don't have many enchantments. Hmm. I honestly don't know. I guess we'll just do another card here. What do you use for the Kanban board? Obsidian with the Kanban community plugin. Zug Zug. There's a lot of good ones to do. Let me think. I don't know. Oh, this is done. This holy status is done. I'm just reading through my ability ideas here. Yeah, I don't know. Rat in a jar, yes. Or why, but also yes, that one. Yeah, I think that's a cool one. I was watching a movie that had that. I don't remember what it was called. I honestly am not feeling particularly inspired here. I've got a lot of ideas written down, but... I don't know. Any suggestions? Anyone? Any? I mean, you High Law said rat in a jar. I think a mandrake could be cool. Do I want to do like the Harry Potter style mandrake with a little person as the root? That could be a cool one. Let me look at my card statistics tool here. "41 enemy cards, 48 player cards." Could just draw art without worrying about abilities for now. Yeah. Goat grinder sounds brutal. Horse dung. Yeah. I mean, we'll do that. We could do it for the meme. Why not? Let's do it for the meme. Make it nice and swirly. I guess that's not really what horse dung looks like. It's more like balls, right? Oops, that's the wrong one. Horse dung. This will be yet another 1x1 card. You can make it 2x1 actually. That might work. I don't know, let's see. I'm gonna try to do this without looking at reference images. Is there a horse? There is a horse. Yeah, there's a war horse. All right, let's see. Load default palette. The problem is I don't really have a brown color, so it's gonna be a little bit weird, I think. But we're gonna try it. Okay. That'll probably work, and then we can do probably like little flies or something. If that works. Maybe we'll put a little lilac on here. Okay, that'll work. And then let's just see what we can make happen here. You guys are going to be so impressed with my dung drawing skills when I'm done with this. Gonna be like, dang, where did that guy learn how to draw dung like that? I want to be just like Firebelly. I wonder if I should do... Oh no. Oh no. There's little bits coming out. I don't know. You tell me, you be the judge. Please don't draw the horse. Maybe the villagers can throw the dung at the player cards. A single corn kernel is obligatory. Vice versa as a player card. Your dung looks like... Yes, it's true. Can I say this looks like dung? You can. Dung beetle stares enviously from the corner. This R is pretty... Yeah, we did it for the meme, everybody. Congratulations, we memed it into existence. I think that looks pretty respectable, though. As far as piles of excrement go. Kind of looks like buffalo wings. Oh no, the forbidden buffalo wings. Oh no. I think it's probably okay. Just someone pan frying some chicken nuggies, totally. Goodness gracious. Okay, we did it. Now we got to figure out what the horse dung is going to do. That's going to be the fun part. This is obviously an alchemical thing. Obviously. Turn cooldown. 9 is enemy is flippable. Okay. You sure it's not a weapon? It could be. I can make it a weapon. But we got to figure out an ability for this. What is it going to do? What is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? I think you missed one outline pixel in the center. Oh, here. Thank you. Now I gotta figure out what ability it's gonna have. I think I obviously should apply some kind of debuff to the player. What debuffs do we have? Exhausted debuff, mischance debuff, paralysis debuff. What if it tracks insect cards every turn and have them do something? Very dense, stops player's echo. I'm thinking it could either do paralysis or it could even have a blind. Where is the mischance debuff? It could do blind. Maybe blind and paralyzed together. I think that can work. It's just a debuff card. Could it interact with Swarm? Makes sense. Has Swarm in the art and all. Yeah, but there's no enemy cards that have Swarms, so that's the thing. Again, this is an enemy card, right? Query target provider. Query target provider dot query options dot query source board equals false. Query target equals true. Query target provider dot query directions. Let's do something interesting. Query options dot query directions. Board inventory component dot query directions dot edges. Might be interesting. Query target provider dot final order by random equals true. Query target provider dot max final to take is equal to 1. New mischance debuff. Duration 1. Float mischance. It's 2.1. var paralysis. Buff applicator. Okay. Const int base paralysis. Duration equals 3. Constant base blind. Chance equals 0.1. Base blind chance, base paralysis duration. Query target provider in there. Tier. var mischance scalar is equal to ability scalars dot make float additive scalar 0.05. var Duration scalar equals ability scalars dot make additive scalar 1. Blind chance in here. Paralysis duration in there. Paralysis, or let's do blind chance is equal to mischance scalar. Paralysis duration is duration scalar. Okay, that should work. Apply description utils dot float 2% blind chance blind and paralysis duration paralysis to a random enemy card on the edge of the board. Let's see if that works. I don't think I missed anything. It will work. Yeah, I think so. I think I did it right this time. But we'll find out. Oh, I forgot to, I did something wrong. Project settings. Oh no, not project settings, horse dung. This needs to be 2x1. I did one thing wrong. One thing wrong. Okay, horse dung. Apply 10% blind and 3 turns of paralysis to a random enemy card on the edge of the board. Let's go see if that works. Should be able to hover over it and we'll highlight all those things are on the edge of the board, so that works. We'll see what it does. It paralyzed the chicken. Okay. I think it works. Cool. Alrighty then. Add horse dung. All right, let's see. Where was that horse dung at? Here. In progress, I still need to add the flavor text. Let me also check to make sure that that's generating on a board correctly. Board configuration editor. Let's see if we get any horse dung here. Haven't seen any yet. Did I do it right? Horse dung. Is enemy. Yeah, it's there. It's here. I think I might have missed one. There's one. Oh, there's 2 here. Nice. Okay. So yeah, definitely some more work to do with the wave function collapse, I think, but generally speaking, it's okay. Just random horse dung right next to a pumpkin patch and some sage. Very cool. Okay, anyway, that's pretty cool. It works. Can't really complain. We've got 2 longbowmen backed up by 2 horse dungs. Very cool, very cool. That works. That works. Flavor text will be funny, yeah. Got it twice, thrice. Yeah, dung's a good fertilizer. Just below the horse, right? Okay, cool. All right, well, I have, once again, many errands to run today, unfortunately. So I'm going to end the stream a little bit early today, but hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. Always appreciate it. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow either, so I'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So again, if you want to, you can wishlist Alchemortis on Steam. It's the first line in the description below. Would appreciate a wishlist if you haven't done that already. And also, I've got the Patreon. So if you want to support the game early, you can head over to the Patreon, join. Again, if you join at the top tier for even just 1 month, you will have an Alchemortis Steam key sent to you when the game launches. So this is basically a pre-purchase of the game, but also your name will be listed in the in-game Alchemortis credits. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely consider doing that. I appreciate that. You can also purchase my courses. Those are linked below as well. So everything is linked in the description. So I hope you check that out. And of course, you can like the video, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff helps me greatly as well. All right, I appreciate all the support. And yeah, I will see you all back here Monday, hopefully Monday, at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.